Did it feel like the relentless attack was going to eventually pay off for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you got to give La Tech a lot of credit. They were very organized. I think Steve did a great job of having them ready. They had a little bit of extra time to prepare for this particular game, which you can see that they're very well coached, and they've got players that are used to playing together. I think that they did a great job. I think they're going to do very well in Conference USA as they get into their season. And for us, it was it had to be an exercise in patience as we went forward. So really pleased for Taylor to get the 2 goals and to get 2 goals so quickly. And I think probably 2 goals in the span of 2 minutes. So obviously, we created a lot of chances. We've got to be much better in our finishing. That's the obvious point. You get 31 shots. You got to finish a higher percentage than 2. But all in all, I was pleased for Grace to get a shutout. I was pleased for the defense. I thought that they did a good job in closing down things. I thought our midfield did a good job of closing down opportunities. So this is something that now it's 2 wins in a row, and we're trying to build momentum as we carry on and get ourselves ready. Now we go on the road. We've never gone and up and played Central Connecticut before. This is going to be the first time we've played an artificial turf, probably since we've had to go and play at Texas Tech when we were in the Big 12. So our first situation to go and do that when we go up to Central Connecticut on Thursday and then to UConn on Sunday. So we'll prepare for that this week and again see if we can keep this winning streak going.
You talked about finishing. Did you like the shot selections y'all had though for the most part?
A little bit of yes and no. I mean, we were a little unlucky in a few chances. I thought Jazz had 2 really good looks, and goalkeeper made a good save on the first one. And Jazz just kind of missed wide on another one. Grace Ivy had a couple great looks. Goalkeeper made a couple good saves. We were just wide on another one. And you can kind of go on and on several of those that keeper made some good saves, and then some others just some poor attempts or some poor choices. Too many touches in the box. That's immediate response. If your shot gets blocked, then you've taken too many touches. So all of that are things that we can look at and correct and get better at. And the best thing is we're correcting it with a win instead of correcting it from a different type of result.
How tough was that goalie, though? I mean, she was making save after
I
save.
thought she was awesome. I think she did a great job. And, that she, took a knock. I think she said that she hyperextended her knee. And, I mean, again, hats off to Steve and their team. They worked hard. They put every ounce of energy that they had. And I think, like I said, they're going to do really well this season.
With the struggles that you had going into halftime with shooting, what did you tell your team, in halftime to kind of lift their spirits and kind of make them be more patient with it?
Well, Phil talked to the team a lot, and just it was going to be intensity, execution, but it was going to be intensity and patience was the points that he was hitting on, which are those are opposites. If you think about intensity and patience, how that's counteractive. But intensity when we didn't have the ball, which I thought the team did very well, and patience in that we were going to pick the right situations to pull the trigger, and we were going to be patient in the way that we were going to move, in the way that we were going to try to open them up. But it didn't mean that we wanted to play slow. We wanted to play quicker to make them have to play at our speed. And I thought for the most part we did that. I don't know that we gave up many chances in the second half at all.
No, I don't think y'all gave up any. And just one more. So what do you think about Grace McKellen's performance today, and how do you think that she's going to perform in the weeks ahead now that you have that injury?
Well, our goalkeeping situation is really solid. And to be totally frank, Grace, I was planning on Grace playing tonight no matter what, and every single one of our games, it's been a tough choice for me to figure out who was going to be the keeper that played tonight. It's not like we've had in the past where I had a goalkeeper with 30 starts playing for, stepping in. It was just kind of an automatic that like Kenna was going to play or whoever was going to play. And this year, Grace has a lot of experience with us, and I've got 2, smoking talented freshmen. Well, and training has been one every day in training where they've all done really well, and they all have different gifts that they bring to the defense. So it's been a really tough choice on who was going to be the goalkeeper in the Lamar game, in the Baylor game, who was going to be the goalkeeper in the Denver game, who was going to be the goalkeeper in any of our games. So Sid was awesome against TCU. Some great saves that helped us to win that game. And I was going to give her the night off anyway, and I was going to give Grace this game as it was. So I was really pleased for Grace that she came out. She was super solid. You could see her leadership. I mean, her confidence was awesome. So, she's ready to go any night, and we all feel completely confident that she can step in and get it done.
So Sydney was unavailable tonight, though?
Yeah. We Sydney just took just a little bit of a knock. She's probably available on Wednesday, and we'll see how it goes. But we just went ahead and just gave her the night off. And Grace, like I said, Grace is just like starter 1B. It's just this simple fact that they're all really, really good. And just like a lot of our players, we can kind of plug and play a lot of different players, a lot of different looks that we have with the talent of this roster.
And just one more question. The previous two matches, the first half were also no scores, but you had a lot more potential tonight for scores and a lot more shots. What did you guys do leading up to this match to kind of bridge that gap and get those opportunities?
Well, I mean, it just kind of comes down to, I think, a lot of times the energy of the opponent. Because you can look at the first game of the season, we scored 3 goals in the first half. Same thing with the Fairfield game, we scored 3 goals in the first half. And I thought, again, you got to give La Tech a lot of credit for the way that they defended. They defended really hard. Goalkeeper made a lot of saves. We hit the crossbar. Had one video review to see if it went in. And it's just the persistence of our attack. We were able to finally kind of break the seal on that goal in the second half.
What do you hope you learn from your team this coming week up in Connecticut, knowing that SEC plays right around the corner?
Well, this will be the good thing about this is we're going to go up and play against 2 teams that are consistent winners, that are used to winning in their conference. I mean, Central Connecticut with Mick Darcy is perennial NCAA tournament team. They're a perennial winner. Mick is someone who is well respected around the country as just a fantastic coach, and someone who's going to have his team super prepared to play. UConn is one of the iconic college soccer programs. We're going to play in Joe Moroni Stadium. Joe Moroni is a personal hero of mine for what he did with putting college soccer on the map with the men's program there at UConn, and what they've done with the women's program, starting with Lenny Santeris and all the Final Fours that they've been to, the championship games that they've played in. So it's kind of cool that we're going to go up and play in that venue, and that's a perennial NCAA tournament program that we're going to get a chance to go up and play against. So I'm excited about going and being up there. We finally have a couple girls from that part of the country, and so it's a chance for us to take Allie Lowry back up into kind of her neck of the woods and get a chance for her family to see her play. I have family in that part of the country that have never seen any of my teams play, so it's a new experience for our players. That you don't always get Aggies in New England, and a different weather type of situation, and a chance for us to kind of go on the road, give our players a new life experience before the SEC plays against really good competition.
Well, Taylor, just how good did it feel to finally get one in the back of the net after you guys had tried so hard throughout the game?
Yeah, it was really good. I think scoring really upped our momentum and led to more chances. So it was awesome to just get that first goal and get us going.
Did you feel like you guys were getting good shots, and maybe was there anything they were doing that was maybe keeping y'all from getting more?
Yeah, I feel like they were pretty pressing us pretty high, so that made it difficult to play out. But I do think that we had 31 shots, so we had a lot of opportunities, but ultimately just working on finishing those is what we need to do going forward. But yeah.
Talk a little bit about your defense. They got this shutout for y'all, and how important were they this game?
Yeah, they're like our rock. They're such good communicators. They keep me in line. They pull me back if they need help. So they really just control our team well and make sure we're all in position and doing what we need to do. So, yeah.
What do you want to learn about your team this coming week, knowing that conference plays lurking pretty close?
Yeah, I think for us, we just really need to focus on finishing and building out of the back. We know we can play our wingers and they can make things happen, but I think playing through our midfield more and just working on shooting, making sure we're moving the goalkeeper ultimately is what we need to do. So yeah, looking forward, I think those are some of the things we're going to focus on. So
And how was it to have Grace back out in the goal? It's her first game this season.
Yeah, it was awesome. She did a great job. She's such a good leader on the field, and so it was awesome to see her perform well.
What did you see from just the relentless pursuit of a goal tonight from your team?
I just think it shows that we had a lot of patience. You know, they pressed us, but they held a pretty low block once we got into their half. So it was hard to get chances inside the box. So just continuing to be patient outside the box, a great ball from Macy to get a header off Taylor was just great for our momentum and just kind of honestly slowing them down in their attack too.
Did you feel like you guys kind of got a little weight off your shoulders when Taylor put that first one through?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we had 31 chances, so we had a lot of chances. There were just a lot of them from outside the box, a lot straight to the goalie's hands. So just getting that in the back of the net, knowing that they weren't getting opportunities, but we needed to finish one, was a big weight off the shoulders for sure.
What's the biggest aspect y'all are looking at improving going into Connecticut this week?
I think just keeping our intensity high. We had great intensity against TCU. It was pretty good in the first half. We definitely did better in the second half pressing them. So pressing them well, finishing our easier chances inside the 6. You know, we had quite a few. So finishing those and then just continuing to keep our momentum as a team and not stepping off the gas.